Well, welcome to the episode of Soul of Lions, ladies and gentlemen, a global talk show that celebrates the spirit of service, leadership, and Lions International. It's proudly broadcasted in more than 180 plus countries, and I welcome you all to this fantastic episode yet again. I am Lion Navdeep Nigam, the first Vice President of Lions Club of Mumbai Soul and the District Leo Chairperson for Leo District 323183. Under the visionary direction of our founder and mentor, Lion Dr. Raju Manwani, we are here with yet another amazing episode that shines a spotlight on an extraordinary leader whose journey exemplifies passion, purpose, and the essence of Lionism. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode could not have been possible without the constant support of our distinguished associates and sponsors, and thereby I would just like to name some of them. Gretex Corporate Services Limited, Property Anthem India Private Limited, Vivian Garments, Khanville Resort, and Kushia India Foundation, and many more who've been with us for a very long time. Our first guest for tonight is a visionary leader, a dedicated humanitarian, and a proud ambassador of the Lions spirit. With a legacy of impactful service and deep-rooted commitment to community transformation, he has been one of the driving forces behind the numerous initiatives that have uplifted lives and inspired change. Known for his strategic thinking and empathetic leadership, he has held key positions within the Lion fraternity, leading with both heart and discipline, from organizing various medical camps and initiatives with regards to youth mentorship to sustainable development projects. His efforts in the field of service as well as leadership have resonated beyond borders. His ability to bring people together for a common purpose has made him a very, very respectable leader in the global Lions community. Well, over the years, with such achievements and such great work, it was just inevitable for him to actually receive a lot of awards. He has also been honored at various fronts at the district, club, multiple, as well as the international level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to welcome the charismatic and the flamboyant multiple council chairperson, Meka Sriram Suresh sir. Good evening, sir. Meka sir, I would just like to request you to unmute yourself. You're on mute right now.
Yeah. Namaste, everybody. First of all, to all the Indian viewers, let me say Happy Republic Day. Thank you for inviting me to the show, Mr. Navdeep.
Surely. It's an absolute honor, firstly, sir, for you to have come and graced us with your presence. It's fantastic to have you today with us. So let us start the show. I think it's something which is going to be a very interesting episode. We've heard a lot about you and discussed a lot about you along with our mentor Ryan Roger Manwani. He's constantly trying to connect with us right now, but he's in the traveling mode, so we'll try to get him on board as soon as he can. In the meantime, we'll obviously try and understand and listen to your story and how beautifully you actually embraced Lionism and continued with your journey. So initially, sir, Meka sir, I would just like to take you in a little into flashback and ask you to tell our viewers from global places in more than 180 countries about a little about who Meka Lions Suresh sir is, and where do you come from, where were you born and brought up, and finally, how did you get into Lionism, sir?
Sure. So, I'm Lions Ram Suresh, and my home club is Lions Club of Narsapur. Sorry, actually, my throat is bad for the last 1 week. I thought it will be okay for today. Still, it is a different voice today, but of course, given the opportunity, irrespective of my voice condition, I like to 100% attend to this show today. That's why apologies for bad voice. My home club is Lions Club Narsapur. This belongs to District 316G of multiple 316. Geographically, it is Andhra Pradesh, West Godavari district of southern India. I joined Lionism in the year 1992, then served as a president in the year 2000, and subsequently, then into the RC, JETC, RC, then during COVID year 2021, I became district governor, and currently I'm serving as a multiple council chairperson for the multiple district 316. This is about my Linus background. I'm actually into the aqua business.
Oh,
Actually, I'm an engineer. I did my engineering at MIT Manipal. Uh, Actually, I wanted to go abroad at that time. Actually, my visa for MS has been rejected at the age of 22. Very unexpectedly, I'm into Lionism. So, even though my age is only 55, I have an Lionist experience of 33 years.
wow.
So, and my business is aqua. Um, this area of Andhra Pradesh is famous for fish and prawn productions. Of course, the majority production of in the whole world goes from this area. As you know, Bhimavaram, West Godavari district, this area is known for tiger shrimp and Vanamai prawn. So this is about my area. And this briefly, this is about my land security. Thank you.
Fabulous. So, sir, 3 decades into Lionism, of course, there's a lot to chat about, there's a lot to discuss, and a lot of experience, of course. So, let me start a little about your journey and let me ask you the first question. 3 decades into Lionism, how do you think Lionism has actually shaped and grew over these years? You've obviously seen the
Yeah,
times of, the times when obviously things were not very easily available. It was an analog era to the
yeah,
times when it became a digital era now, and now
yeah.
it's going towards AI. So, let us know about your experience in terms of how you've seen Lionism grow.
Sure. Definitely, Lionism has evolved in a lot of. Long back, I remember my days when I used to submit monthly membership report on a physical paper and used to post it to Lions Club International Mumbai office to my district headquarters and my Joan chairperson and all. Those days we used to fill up a form and now what is the membership opening balance and what is the closing balance, what is the addition or what is the any dropouts. And in addition to that, we used to mention how many meetings, general body meeting and board meeting, and date of conductions, and what are the service activities. We used to make a printout, and finally we used to post it. After that, things have changed a lot. Then we entered to the digital platform. Then my LCA has came into this. We worked with my LCA for a long time. After that, in the past few years, now it has evolved into Lions International. My LCA is quite abnormal information is available right now. But I liked the previous platform much, and frankly speaking, because whatever information it is available on few clicks. Of course, now there more information is available, but we need to search for the exact link. Probably that's how we need to get used to it. But uh, from the days of paper posting to everything posting on a few seconds on online, Lionism has changed a lot technically.
Absolutely, yeah. And also, I think, sir, I would also love to ask you a little about the 90s era. You obviously have experience with regards to that also. And especially, whoever Lions have actually come onto this particular stage and have talked about their experiences with Lionism, they all have always talked about one thing in a very boastful yet humble manner. And that has been the popularity that Lions has had in the 90s. It was almost
Sure.
like a privilege to be a Lion at one point of time in the 1990s. They told me, a lot of them have told me that
Yeah.
because of the various kind of activities that used to go on, there was a lot of popularity that Lions used to easily enjoy, and thereby a lot of activities and projects also used to scale up very easily. Tell us a little about how the 90s era has changed compared to in the 2000s, the impression of Lionism, and now in the era where we are actually even starting to market our own activities. How do you see that evolution that has come into play when it comes to Lionism as an organization? Sir?
Yeah. Major difference what we are seeing now is those days people need whatever the needs of the people we take up whatever it is that we can serve happily without any issue. Nowadays, everything has been taken care by the government. most of the things.
Yeah.
Those days we used to do it on free I camps. Means we used to have at least 100, 200 people gathering into that I camp. Nowadays, when we conduct I camp, we cannot say it is not it is still a success. Still, the response uh, is definitely not than the huge numbers nowadays. Because of course government is taking care of the many things like eye care or this in Andhra Pradesh we have this Arogya Sri scheme, so there they almost every treatment is free for them. Of course they don't provide the glasses and all, so even though we conduct eye camps and all, we sponsor eye surgeries, and at the same time we sponsor spectacles and those the demand for all these camps those days. We have a huge opportunity. Nowadays not much of opportunity. I say it is a different era. Those requirement those days is different, and today is different. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I think being such a senior lion, Suresh sir, obviously you would be observing all of this very closely and seeing how the eras have changed and how things have actually gotten different. My next question to you, rather, has been is going to be that do you think the advent of a lot of organizations which are doing non-profit work or charity work, do you think the increase in the number of organizations has also affected the way Lions work and also the popularity of Lions International on the whole?
Not exactly. Of course, but we carry our brand. In my area, especially whatever it is, irrespective of number of organizations that I come up, still a Lions Club, a service by an Lions Club, International Lions Club is always a looked into that is the best service provider. So of course we have a very good competition, but still Alliance International has that reputation in the public. So I take it in both ways. Thank you.
Lovely. Let me, obviously understand your club journey now. I would love to understand how your club journey evolved over the years because that is, I think, the strongest base which sets us up for a great, onslaught into doing things for the district as well as the international. So tell our viewers a little about your club journey, sir. How you rose up the ranks in your club, and what did you learn in your initial days of your club journey as a member? And post that, how the leadership positions at the club level? Just a little bit
Sure.
of a gist of this entire journey that you've had at the club level.
Of course, after joining into the Lionism, one day our board members have selected me as a secretary. Till that year, we used to see three people shifting their positions from president to secretary, secretary to treasurer, and again treasurer becoming secretary. It is a for 4 5 years I have seen the same persons just shifting positions from president to secretary treasurer. After that, we thought anyway our youngsters came up. No, we thought of we just hinted them. No, we can take it. We can take the job. So for the first time, when I picked up as a secretary, I went to this PhD seminar. I learned what I have to do. Throughout the year, I did what I am supposed to do, like submitting on-time reports and all. At the end of the year, the one who served as the secretary earlier told me, this is the first time in the history of in our Lions Club, someone other than me has, because every year, last few years, he is the only person who is submitting all the reports and everything. So for the first time, some other person has the awareness about this, what we have to do as a secretary. So that's how it started as a secretary. Then after seeing that our people have selected me as a president, it is wonderful to serve as president. That is the most memorable year. In leadership position, what I say is, president is the turning point in your life. Till the day I served as the president, my club was never into the top 10 of this. At the same time, attendance is also, whenever there is service activity, very few people used to attend the meetings and all the service programs. Still, because as a secretary, I seen all this. I kept on going and made sure that my club is on top 5 from the day one in my Lannister career. So suddenly people have seen some change in status in our club and all. Suddenly people started coming back for all the activities, all the meetings and all. Then suddenly there is a family atmosphere among our club. So in my present here, I am very happy to say people are attendance wise, involvement wise, all of my club members have come up and cooperated me. They all sponsored, they all attended, and it is a wonderful year to remember in my as the president in my career, definitely. Of course, immediately after serving as a good president, very next year I got selected into the zone chairperson. I had Lions Club of Palakolu, which is a 50 years old service club now, in my zone. So my club has been sponsored by Palakolu, of course. As a zone chairperson again, I proved myself. But region chairperson, I took some time. When my district was bifurcated into 2 districts, the governor is from almost my home club, like Palakolu. So he insisted me to serve as the region chairperson at any club. So that's how I'm into the leadership again, as a region chairperson. Again, time has given me an opportunity to prove myself, and I kept I kept myself away from leadership for a long time until this COVID, before COVID. So all of a sudden, my home club people, because one of my past governor, line Dr. C. Satyanarayana Rao, he's my mentor. He served as a governor for 6 years before my governor term, and I served as the district cabinet secretary during his time. So he said, no, we have to produce another governor from our club. So I know how much time I have to spare, because I served as a district cabinet secretary. I kept away from myself from sparing so much of time. Even then, because my mentor has told me, I went ahead and served as a district governor. And this part is another turning point. As you know, COVID year 2021, my batch, because all the governors of India, during the time we used to have a common group. President Choi, who served as international president for the previous year, has been assigned as the international president here for another year. People in our district governors group have started murmuring. So president has been assigned for another year. The previous governor will be assigned for another year, and we will not be governors this year. That's how it started in our group. So it looks like so funny now, but some people used to say, no, we have to Lions Club has to take it as this year as a 0 year, whatever it is. What a lot of conversations is going on in that group. But ultimately, I must say, COVID year, of course, is the year where it has given a chance for every governor to prove we have the best chance to serve to the people during that year. And of course, I took up the job a few days, at least 1 month earlier than all other governors. Luckily, I went into the right step. I took the right step, and I took up the digital way. I know day one, my installation has been cancelled, and after that, I don't want to sit ideally in my office. I started taking up this leadership classes in online. For the first time, our district is not used to this Zoom meeting. Then I am in contact with the best leadership talk available in Andhra Pradesh in Telugu. For the continuous 12 weeks, every Sunday, I ran this leadership talks with the best in Andhra Pradesh. We made within 3 months, whatever time I took for this during that COVID year, it has helped me involvement to, because previously only the line member knows me. During that, while listening to the talks, every member in the family used to attend those classes. So it has become so that in entire district, every line member and with their family members, they recognize me. After COVID, of course, when I went for the governor's official visits, people used to, family members, even the grandmother, and also they used to recognize me. And so that's how I had a wonderful experience during that COVID year. Of course, irrespective of all odd positions, I am happy to say I have created many records in our district and multiple. One thing I want to mention, my district has contributed 104 Melvin Jones Fellows during my governor year. It is $104,000. The previous record in my multiple is, in the multiple 316 is 17 years ago, our past governor, Kishore Kumar, has achieved a highest target of giving 74 MJF in 1 year. So 17 years record I took with a century, of course, and I did not expect that I will do it, but irrespective of all odds, if it is irrespective of COVID, it is wonderful that all my lines in our district has reciprocated positively, and I'm able to do some, definitely, it's a memorable time for me. And I'm very happy to say that I created some records in our multiple office. Thank you.
Fabulous. I think that is a great description of your journey, sir. But I would like to break it down even more, and be very specific in terms of the experiences. So obviously, you've spent great time at the club level, and then obviously you had a great time at the district, and also at multiple. I would like to ask you separately about all your journey types. So for all the viewers that are joining in today and are new in their club journey, and sometimes people actually do not take their club journey very seriously. What would you like to say to them, and how important do you think is a Lions club journey? Because they go through various phases. So how important do you think that particular part of their Lionistic journey is?
Yeah, definitely. It is very important, of course. Because one way, there are some people who don't have other activities to spend, because I don't waste my time on playing cards or going for gambling, what like that. So my concentration is every Sunday that I want to, because I'm part of this Lions journey, I spend valuable time with my Lions Club. That kept me away from all bad things, of course. I want to say.
Absolutely, that's a fantastic way to put it. Would you like to tell us, sir, some of the very key moments in your Lionistic journey? So when all of us, join Lionism, all of us have our own ambitions in terms of what we want to do. Everyone has their own very different reason on why they join Lionism. Most of them come for networking, some of them come for service, and then some of them just come because their friends have told them to join Lionism. But all of us Lions have that one moment in our journey where we know that okay, this movement is something good and I want to stay associated to this movement. So, what was that breaking point in your life when it came to your Lionstic
Yeah,
journey?
yeah. Definitely service. When I was the president, I connected one ICAM. Into that ICAM for checking, one old lady has come because she doesn't have any vision. That day she came with her grandson. I seen the way she entered, and after the camp is over, once the surgery is done, I seen how she walked away from hospital and went back to home. That I, because of my personal observation with a particular patient, I seen happiness in her. That made me. That is the turning point in my life, because that was the earlier days of oppression. Because of that happiness, I thought, oh no, what nothing else can give me this happiness. That's what I thought. So that that made me to continue to the Lionism, irrespective of course, leadership positions and all comes and goes, but service is the key point there, and the happiness comes from the service, of course. And that day I remember a lot.
Fabulous. So my next question to you obviously is, as you move from the club journey to the district journey, getting onto your zone chairperson opportunity and handling more work. Now, when you're at the club level, so, uh, you know a lot of your people, you know a lot of your club people. There are multiple number of avenues where you can explore things, and you have an idea about how the capability of everyone in the club is, because it's a closed knit entity, and you meet for board meetings and regular meetings all year round. But when you go on to the district, you are not very well versed with the clubs you are going to deal with. You are not, you don't have an understanding whether one club is experienced or one club is very new. How can both the clubs be catered? Are they from an urban area or from a rural area? So, keeping all these things in mind, how did your club experience help you in zone chairperson journey to handle multitude of clubs together, which were from very different backgrounds?
Yeah, serving, as I told you, president of the club is the best best time in our Lannis career for anybody, because anybody, if anybody is involved as a president in the club level, they have an opportunity to have friends among the zone, among the region, among the district. As a president, I whenever the opportunity has come, I visited other zones, other regions, and other districts. So I made some good friends there. So the moment I became zone chairperson, it became easy for me, because neighboring clubs, of course, zone means it will be most of them neighboring clubs, because I know them very well. So that rapport has helped me to uh, transform from a club level to zone level, and then to region level, and then to district level.
I think that's very important. I think very important point that you mentioned. I think the club lessons obviously teach you a lot, so that you can obviously keep giving at the district level also. Moving on, so very importantly, uh, while you were having your club journey and while you were doing everything at the zone level, uh, did you ever think that you take up the responsibility, the most esteemed responsibility of being the district governor? Or did it spring upon as a surprise, or was it an afterthought? How did that happen, sir?
As I told you, my mentor, Dr. Chirmal Sashan Rao, who served as the past governor from my home club, when at the time of serving, because I served as the cabinet secretary for the district during his time, that time I had the exposure of how the district runs. So, uh, serving as a governor is not a shock for me. and nothing new for me. That's what I thought, because I'm so much involved during that year. Once you are involved into your previous positions, climbing up the ladder will never trouble anybody. It will be happy. It will be a comfortable position for those who are involved, I think. So that's how. That's how. Because I served as a cabinet secretary to the best of my possibility, serving as a district governor has become very easy for me. And that's what I thought.
That's beautifully put once again, sir. Okay, so let me ask a little, moving on to the district journey. Of course, from zone chairperson to, you must have had a great journey at the district also. And then finally ending up as the district governor. But just before the district governor, I think Alliance International has a beautiful concept of being the first vice district governor and the second district vice district governor. Now, that is where you plan, that is where you have your strategy in place in terms of how the district is going to be governed by you and what are the things that the district actually requires. So how did this entire assessment period of second vice district governor and first vice district governor unfold? And how important was it for you? And what were the things that you learned during this period?
Definitely. Serving as a vice governor for 2 years will help every governor to become a best governor. Fortunately, I served under two of my good friends as a vice governor. Those days, when we three go through, everyone used to talk about our DG team only. When we go to multiple, like three brothers are coming there. I'll tell you one news that should be a news for you, all of you. My previous two governors were also council chairpersons. Is it possible in any other district? Any other multiple? That's how we three were accepted by all our multiple people. I'll tell you. When my multiple MD 316 was formed, all the districts were given 1 year chance. So 6 districts, they served 6 multiple council chairpersons from all the from every district of the multiple council. Immediately after that, my earlier when I was a vice governor too, the one who served as a governor was Lion Vankar Ravindranath, who is now currently serving as a multiple member of Legislative Council of Andhra Pradesh. So we call it MLC. So under his leadership, he served as a council chairperson extraordinarily, and then Lion Krishnaraju. Because people have seen these three are capable of taking up the job as a council chairperson. Immediately after one serving, our leadership given as opportunity to some other district. Alternatively, last 5 years, we three has the wonderful opportunity to serve as council chairperson. I can say the leadership has changed the constitution bylaws some few years ago. Once they had done this 6 all council chairpersons from each of the district, once it is done, they changed the constitutional bylaws to that any past district governor from past 6 years can contest as a council chairperson. That helped us to become a council chairperson against all odds. Even though my previous 2 governors were council chairperson, in the rarest case in our India, I had become a council chairperson. That's how our leadership has seen we three, our DG team, and they've given us the chance. We probably, I don't think any other multiple has 3 successive governors from one district as a council chairperson. Maybe it may be It might have been some other case, but for me, it is a news for me.
Fabulous. I think that's another very, very important and a very new fact that we came to know. Congratulations on that, sir. Uh, of course, now I would like to get on to one of the most important uh, phases of your Lionstic journey, which is obviously the district governorship. All of us someday dream to lead a club or a district or a multiple someday, and that is how all of us plan. But one of the most important and intriguing questions that I always have from all the past district governors is the formation of their cabinet, because I believe personally that a representation is something which obviously motivates a lot of people. If they see a representative from their club into the district, they all think of one day aspiring to become one of those. So my question to you, sir, is just before becoming district governor, how did you strategize about this entire process of selecting your cabinet?
As I told you earlier, also, serving as a good cabinet secretary for with responsibility will help us serve as a good. The same way, it helped me select my cabinet also. The thing is, I went to only one principle, not by recommendation, purely by merit. Whoever is capable, against all odds, whatever it is, think about whatever a club is from, whatever the history it is, whoever is capable, whoever, what, 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 what is the selection I made is definitely I'm justified, and people has helped me and reciprocated the same way the way I took up the selection.
That's fabulous. I think that's another very, very important point to note. Now, sir, I think moving on. Of course, district governorship has a lot of challenges. You have a lot of travel to do. Every single club expects you to come and visit them and obviously attend their events. But obviously, it's a very difficult job to cover the entire terrain, to cover all these areas, and to attend all the activities. But one of the most important things for a district governor, of course, is to maintain communication and regular communication with all the clubs who are there involved, keep them motivated. How did you handle that challenge, sir? Because ultimately it is a major challenge, because it's not easy to kind of maintain these sort of schedules as the district governors have, and of course with the visits and the October service months and the satellite service weeks, it all gets very, very hectic. How did you take upon this particular challenge and manage this particular communication section with all your clubs and keep them motivated, sir?
Yeah, digital, going digital. That's what helped me, of course. As I told you, first 3 months of the whatever the leadership programs I had conducted, that I took up June. The day there is a possibility for me to roam around the district, I started taking up the job, and to the maximum extent, I did my coverage. It is wearing masks, of course, because that is the time during that COVID time. People need service from Alliance International. That is the best time to serve. So what I thought, against all odds, of course, it is a risky job, but wearing masks and taking some proper precautions. Luckily, yeah, at that point of time, I'm not been attacked by COVID, but um, I took up very vigorously traveled, of course, but during that COVID time, I have to mention a few things actually. Motivation is very important. First 3 months of this leadership classes have motivated them very much, and we have two excellent leaders from our multiple. One is line PAD Vijay Kumar Raju and line Chuguripadi Varprasad, PAD Varprasad garu. Both of them are exceptional leaders. Chuguripadi Varprasad sir has always in the forefront saying service, service, service. And we learned how to serve this, and also from line PAD Vijay Kumar Raju sir, who is of course He's now the third vice president Darcy from our multiple. And leadership qualities, whenever we talk about leadership, he's the person to learn from. Extraordinary leader. And with the motivation of both the leaders during that COVID time, we made use of some schemes like, because I told you, we have made 1 million contribution to the $1 lakh contribution to the LCF.
Yeah.
Our leadership has thought in such a way that our contribution can be taken back in some way by a scheme called oxygen concentrators. So whatever the amount we have contributed, we got back in the name by a material named oxygen concentrators. So we have taken care that all those oxygen concentrators were available throughout my district, of course. And each and every club has at least 2 to 3 oxygen concentrators with them to serve. One more thing, the moment we started roaming again into the district, first thing we took up is we want to, because at that time sterilization is very important. We used to we all used to use that methanol. So we have provided a lot of sterilizing equipment to all the schools, government schools in around the district. Thousands of tins of sterilization liquid. That time we used to supply with proper stand and proper bottle and proper the way to dispense and automatic dispensers. The moment they put the hand under the dispenser, it will spray. So such digital equipment also we have provided to the majority of the government schools that day. That is the best service I will remember for my life. So that is how we went into the district that time. And of course, it is a tough time because some of our friends were affected by COVID serving into this, but still, luckily, not much of loss to them. But most of the people in India, of course, they were knowingly, unknowingly, they were affected COVID. Of course, most of them came out happily. That is how, that in the critical time, against all odds, myself and my team went around the district and served most of the clubs and most of this majority of the government schools in our district that time. That's a wonderful opportunity, and that is how I got this recognition. Because of that service only, people, all the past owners, all the people around me recognize me as a leader, and that is why today I am here in this multiple council position. I think so.
Fabulous. I think all these things obviously matter a lot, and that is how you get recognition, and at the same time, you don't even realize how much impact you're making on society. Let me talk about some of the pillars also, sir, of Lionism before I come to your multiple council chairperson role. Service is obviously what the organization is massively standing on. It's the basic root and the base foundation for Lions International. But leadership is something which often gets ignored, but is a very, very important aspect of the organization. Would you like to tell our viewers a little about how potent the leadership avenues that Lions International provides are, and how they help you as an individual to grow into a potent leader?
Yes. This is the best, Lionism is the best platform to become a leader. Because in my Lionistic career, I attended, of course, ELLI is not there in those days. RLLI is the first leadership institute I attended. During that day, ELLI is not there. They used to call it senior SLLI. When I attended, it was SLLI, not ALLI. I attended my SLA at Dubai. So that has given me another huge exposure to the lines of Islamic, Africa, lot of, yeah, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, latest. And to my surprise, many of them have, all of them are mostly were district governors after a long time. When I go through, because that still that WhatsApp group is going on. Uh, so leadership opportunity comes the best. The Lionism, I must say, Lionism is the best platform to have leadership. And that's how I enjoyed leadership, and that's why I'm in this position, because only the way it is. Lionism spends so much of money in the leadership criteria.
Absolutely. So obviously, as a district governor, all the projects that you do are very close to your heart. But there are some projects which are, which make a lasting impression on your life, and it kind of like changes something in you as a person also. If you would like to tell our viewers about any such 2 or 3 projects, what would they be?
Yeah, I already mentioned about it, but of course, oxygen concentrators were provided by our district helped so many. Even now they are under circulation. After 5 years also, uh, um, people, even almost every week, every month, we are getting calls for help for providing oxygen concentrators. Whatever the oxygen concentrated we have circulated in our district that day. Of course, the repairs will be there, but of course, most of them are still running, and they have been serving. That has made a huge impact. I must say, it's a huge means. That is, personally, I have seen how many times each machine served in my area. So the way one machine has helped so many patients, especially COVID time, it is ultimate. But even after COVID, even nowadays also, those oxygen concentrators are going into the. So that is the best I had to remember, and of course the sterilizing equipment to the schools. Of course, that is also I have to remember in my life. So that, like this, many, but these two, I must say, they are the best to remember as a governor and as far as service is concerned.
Fabulous. Now, sir, let's talk about your contemporary role and something which is very close to you, obviously, the multiple council chairpersonship. I think it's one of the first and a very important time after district governorship where you also have a little bit of a association with the Leos, the young lions and Leos, very closely associated because you're looking after their progress and how they are doing at the multiple level. So tell us firstly a little about your multiple council chairpersonship role and how is it going and how was that particular experience to you? And secondly, how has your interaction and experience been with the youngsters of the organization, the Leos, who are going to take charge in the future and take the Lionistic movement forward? How has your experience been on both these fronts?
Yeah, thank you. I must say, the number of clubs organized this year, more than 50% are have women clubs and young lions clubs. That is the lasting impact our governors have made this year. Because as I know them very well, because immediately after serving as a governor, till the day I have been ascending to this council chairperson, in between, throughout the year, throughout the last 4 years, 5 years, I'm into the council. Luckily, I served into even higher position as a GAT vice area leader last year. So previous year, I served as a vice area leader for AP and Telangana area also. So multiple 320 and multiple 316 for two multiples. even though because our area leader comes, Mr. Bhattacharya is from MD 320, I had not made many visits into the 320, but um, it is almost even it is a position beyond multiple level. Um, so that way, uh, I have seen a lot as a cat various vice area leader, and also for last 5 years, because I'm into the multiple in GAT team as a GMT, as a CLT, and continuously into the in the last few years I've been in multiple in GAT team for the continuous years, and I mostly because of as a vice area leader taking up a job higher than a multiple council person in the previous year, that helped me understand how I have to perform as a council chairperson. So my leaders, I mean, our PAD Chirupati Varprasad sir and our PAD Vijay Raju sir has or both always insist on bringing new blood into the organization. So we focus more on women membership and women and young lions. So, because of my experience and because of thinking of our leadership, we concentrated during because our this year our AP Singh sir, international patient is from India. I want all our governors to qualify for this quick start challenge by providing 5 clubs at the time of installation. So we had even before my term started, actually. So even before my term started, we have focused a lot on this bringing these young lions and women into by with new clubs within the first 1 week of the this 25 26. So that's how we concentrate more on young lions and female members. So that is how we got more new clubs with young lions and ladies this year.
That's fantastic. I think so much association with the leaders is also something which is very important. I believe the young blood obviously takes inspiration from the elders
Yeah,
and how they are doing. So I think it's very important to have this synergy, and it's great to see that you are also amongst one of them who's actually promoting and motivating the young blood coming in forward, taking the landscape movement ahead. Obviously, there's obviously a huge section of marketing since the vertical of marketing got into the place of Lionism. And, obviously it has its great pros also in terms of showcasing to people that we are here as an organization to help. How do you see advent of the marketing vertical, and how important is the technology-driven world? In today's technology-driven world is the marketing section, and how important it is for the Lions to embrace it?
definitely. Marketing, the day they introduced marketing into our GAT, that very first day, I thought, why marketing into GAT? That's the first feeling, but later I understood the value of marketing. People, our elders say, whatever good you do, you mention 10 times. So our brand image has to penetrate into the world. So whatever good we do, it has to be marketed. Otherwise, we keep it in ourselves. Then what is the use? Then how we grow our organization to make our organization even bigger, and because only when more people join our organization, only then only we can serve more hands, more service. That's the slogan we believe in. Definitely, marketing will help achieve this by making what all the good we are doing uh, by marketing into the market, by making it available to the public. I must say, marketing is a very important tool. You must observe.
Extremely important, I think, and once again emphasized by the governor with regards to the same as well as the MCC. So also, I wanted to know a little about your impression and your obviously your perspective with regards to the importance of maintaining demographic and giving the young lions a chance. That is something which is a major topic in today's day and age in all the clubs. A lot of times we see the clubs are aging, and the young lions are not converting as much as they should. What do you think is one of the major reasons why Leos are not converting into Lions? And how do we solve this problem of aging in clubs so that we can get new members and obviously the old members are also maintained and their experience is utilized in the club for better experiences?
Leo's not converting into the Lions. What practical problem I have seen experienced is we are starting new Leo clubs in the local institutions. They are here for 1 year, 2, 3 years. The moment they complete their degree, they leave this place because maybe in cities it is a different case because we are from a rural area. Here, people once they complete their degree, they go away. They into the cities or into other countries abroad for higher studies or for the job. So that is how we are getting a big break immediately after that once the degree is done. Then again, all of a sudden, we are forced to start again with the first year students and second year students. So many of them may not get the opportunity to join into Lionism immediately because it will be a different place and different exposure. At that time of life, their concentration will be on how they want to settle, how they want to do the next step of. So probably maybe they will have a break, but that during that Leo period, whatever the experience they got, it will have a lasting impact in their minds. Maybe immediately, not immediately, but after some time, once they are settled, definitely they will remember their good old days, and they will be back into the Lionism. That's what. But I don't know about the case about where in the other cities, but in our rural place, this is the case. That is the basic reason why we are not able to convert many of the viewers into the line. But of course, business families, we have beautiful conversion because whoever has their father, if their parents have business here, they're continuing in the same place. They are continuing with us, and in our, as I mentioned about Palakolu Lions Club, we have they have 110 members right now, where we have around 20 to 25 members who are Lions earlier, who were Leos earlier. So not exactly the same case everywhere, but now maybe in the cities is a different case, but in the rural case this is the problem. But business community, they have been continuing from Leos to Lions. This is my experience.
Fabulous. I think once again, beautifully put. I can't thank you enough, Suresh sir, for coming on our show today and sharing your fantastic wisdom of Lionism. And may you have more great health so that you can contribute to a lot of our projects and continue to serve Lionism in the best possible manner. Just one message, if you had to give our viewers before we end today's episode, sir, what would that be?
I must say, enjoy Lionism. Enjoy Lionism. Then.
Just put it as simply as possible and as straightforward as possible. Thank you once again, Lion Suresha, for coming on this episode today, gracing us with your presence and giving us all the wealth of wisdom. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Navdeep. Really, I missed Raju Manamani sir in today's show. I, of course, My good friend Mohan is also not available because I thought it is an half an hour talk. And because my friend is not there, I had the opportunity to be with you for a full 1 hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity for me. I thank Raju Manwani sir and each and everyone, Lions Club of Soul, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was yet another fantastic episode of Soul of Lions. I'm sure all of you must have learned quite a lot from the wisdom that Lion Suresh sir had to offer today. Until next week, this is your host, Lion Latif Nigam, saying good night and goodbye.